Naruto, 10 times Shikamaru was the best character. Shikamaru may have been historically lazy, but he's proven himself to be one of the most skilled and dependable shinobi in Konoha. Shikamaru Nara made himself known as a strong and influential character early on in the Naruto series. He was introduced as an exceptional young genius that seriously lacked motivation in life. Shikamaru may have been historically lazy, but he's proven himself to be one of the most skilled and dependable shinobi in Konoha. He's illustrated his love for his comrades countless times by going against his nature and involving himself in matters he'd prefer to be excluded from. Though he was never shy about declaring his apathy, Shikamaru still didn't hesitate to exert the energy he was so determined to reserve. Shikamaru's brilliance, self-sacrifice, and love of his village easily make him one of the best characters in the series. 10. He jumped out to support Ino without hesitation. When the Sound Ninja first attacked, Team 7 found itself alone in a life-threatening situation. After fighting with Orochimaru, Naruto and Sasuke were left unconscious. Sakura was left alone to defend them, and she wasn't strong enough to ward off their attackers. Ino, Shikamaru, and Choji witnessed Sakura being brutally beaten by one of the Sound Ninja. At that moment, Ino jumped out in front of Sakura. In an instant, Shikamaru was at Ino's side and dragged Choji alone with him. Choji objected to this, but Shikamaru insisted that it couldn't be helped. He stated that they couldn't let the women fight alone while the men continued to hide. Shikamaru didn't hesitate to back up his teammate even though he didn't want to become entangled in the situation at all. 9. He vowed to be better for his comrades. After the Sasuke recovery mission failed, Shikamaru blamed himself for the critical state of his friends. With Choji fighting for his life, Shikamaru declared that he quit being a ninja. He felt his leadership endangered the lives of his comrades. Shikamaru's father, Shikaku, helped him realize that his friends may need him in the future. And denying them this help may get them killed in the future. With that realization, Shikamaru vowed to do better in the future. 8. He promised to look after Asuma's daughter. When Shikamaru returned to the Leaf Village after Asuma's death, he told Tsunade that he wanted to be the one to tell Kurenai what happened. Shikamaru made it his personal responsibility to look after Kurenai and her baby. When pain attacked the village, Shikamaru went to Kurenai to make sure she and the baby were safe. He promised Asuma that he'd be there for his child, just as Asuma was there for him. Shikamaru has since kept his promise and has provided loving support to Kurenai and her daughter. 7. He chose to befriend Naruto during their childhood. Shikamaru is widely considered by fans to be one of Naruto's oldest friends. Shikamaru has been providing companionship and support to Naruto since childhood. There are a few flashback scenes that show Naruto, Shikamaru, Choji, and Kiba playing together at school. As a result of their time spent, Shikamaru noticed that the members of the village avoided Naruto. When he asked his father about it, his father responded by asking how he felt about Naruto. Shikamaru explained that though he didn't expect to be best friends with Naruto, he wouldn't avoid him either. Shikamaru used his own judgment and showed Naruto kindness at an early age. 6. He backed up Asuma during their first fight with Haiden. In their fight against Haiden and Kakazu, Shikamaru did everything he could to support Asuma. He was able to hold his own for a considerable amount of time. Shikamaru's shadow possession jutsu saved Asuma multiple times throughout the fight. He was able to use his jutsu to remove Haiden from the circle he drew and break Haiden's link to Asuma. If it weren't for Haiden's immortality, they would have defeated him early on as Shikamaru's jutsu rendered Haiden immobile and Asuma was able to behead him. 5. He believed in his team. Orochimaru was extremely persistent with his plan to kidnap Sasuke. As a result, the Leaf Village ninja found themselves engaged in battle with sound ninjas frequently. Shikamaru was chosen as squad leader in the Sasuke retrieval mission. This caused him to be placed in a deadly battle against one of Orochimaru's sound ninja again. While fighting Tayuya, he broke his finger in order to gain the upper hand, and made it clear to her that he had faith in his team. 4. He volunteered to stay behind delay the sound ninja. After Orochimaru launched his attack on the Leaf Village, almost everyone was left unconscious. Only a few ninja were able to fight off the genjutsu. Shikamaru once again displayed his genius by secretly being awake as well. Due to the demand for defenses, Kakashi tasked Naruto, Shikamaru, Naruto, and his dog Pakun with finding Sasuke and Gaara. While on their mission, they were faced with a difficult decision. They needed to choose someone to stay behind and face a group of sound ninja in order for the rest of the team to continue on with the mission. Shikamaru bravely volunteered to stay behind. He used every bit of energy he had to stall them. He helped his team succeed and was willing to die for them. 3. He encouraged Naruto after Jiraiya's death. Naruto felt lost after Jiraiya died. He was filled with different emotions: anger, sadness, and hurt. He walked around the village in silence. After Shikamaru met with Naruto to ask if he could decode Jiraiya's last message, he noticed Naruto's depressive state. It was then that Shikamaru decided to take Naruto to see Kurenai-sensei. He informed Naruto that Kurenai was pregnant. He did this to show Naruto that a new generation would arrive after them. He expressed that he sympathized with him as he lost his teacher as well, but told him that they couldn't wallow in their grief if they wanted to become incredible sensei like the ones they had. Naruto thanked Shikamaru as he was the one that snapped him out of his grief. 2. He helped the allied shinobi forces defend themselves during the Fourth Ninja War. Shikamaru played a vital role in the Fourth Shinobi War. With Ino's help, his shadow possession jutsu allowed the allied shinobi forces members to learn techniques that would deflect the Ten-Tails attacks. Shikamaru once again maintained a leadership role during battle. Furthermore, it's in the heat of this battle that Shikamaru performs one of the most selfless and heroic acts. With an attack headed towards HQ, he knew his father was going to die. He had no time to grieve once it was over. As the new chief strategist, he remained focused on winning the war and supporting his comrades. 1. He avenged Asuma's death. After Asuma's death, Shikamaru prepared to avenge him immediately. He set out to find Haiden and Kakazu with the rest of Team 10. Tsunade interrupted their leave to assign Kakashi to their team. Operating now as a four-man squad, Shikamaru led his team in plans of attack against Kakazu and Haiden. Shikamaru took point and affirmed that Haiden and Kakazu needed to be separated. Shikamaru executed a brilliant plan in which he used his shadow possession jutsu to lead Haiden into the woods. He then tricked him into using his curse technique with his partner's blood. Afterward, Shikamaru detonated the explosives Haiden was rigged to. With his quest for justice complete, Shikamaru then accepted the will of fire Asuma passed on to him.